Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spooky Island YouTube channel. Today we are moving on to episode 11 of the 25-21 show on Netflix. Again, episode 10 was a good one. I really did enjoy it. Like all the other episodes so far in this series, they've all been very special in their own way. But this one probably more than others. I guess I'd still say episode 9 was probably my favourite episode so far. But episode 10 had so many great scenes as obviously they're all together. This is what we wanted for the whole show. We kind of got it, kind of an idea that we might be getting this via the kind of like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little segment where they're walking together, looking stylish as hell, you know. You know, with all the outfits they had there, they're really like out of the box style, which, yeah, that's great. But yeah, it's still great to see them actually on camera and, you know, in show form actually kind of work together and, you know, in an environment. I guess I know we're on episode 11. I know there's still more to find out about these characters, and there's still maybe some hidden things which will hit us on the way. So yeah, let's just get straight into episode 11 and see what this episode has in store for us. Here we go. This is probably going to be the aftermath of the trip. Again, I don't think any alcohol was drunk during the trip, but there might be some sore heads. I think maybe some sore heads for having such a great time, we could say. 100%. I was having an absolute blast and I wasn't there. I was quite sad because, you know, you get lost in shows sometimes, and this is a pure example of one. I actually thought I was there with them on the beach, having a great time. It's brilliant though, just to be able to have a laugh, you know, and not be serious all the time. And it's great for him as well, of course, as we call him the guardian angel for this show. And again, it's good for him to have a break, because obviously being a reporter is a bit of a stressful a job. So a beach trip is probably quite good for him. With Hido, of course. It wouldn't be the same if Hido wasn't there. Vice versa, you know what I mean. And then you see the mum there. She seems, I know, it's a very difficult position, but she seems completely different, and you can just tell it's played a big part on both of their lives, I think. And I think the thing with Hido, she's a character with a personality who tries to hide that, I guess you could say, that sadness, because it's not really part of her. I think each person has their own way to deal with something like that, and I think that's, again, if the mum keeps busy with work, it keeps her mind off her husband, I'd say. So natural, isn't it, their relationship in this show? And I think that's why you can connect with them so easily. Because with a lot of shows, you kind of can tell it's kind of manufactured in a way, like, but this, it seems like it's more like a friend relationship, but there's obviously more to it. Of course, there's obviously love there, like he clearly said in the That's gonna sting. She's gonna have a mark on her head now. That was the same in Vincenzo, though. A loser. That's when Vincenzo flicked. That was great. This is where I get another show recommendation, and I'm pretty sure most people have probably seen Vincenzo, but if you haven't, it's my favourite K-drama of all time. Definitely go and give it a watch. You know, she needs to cut down a little bit. things are getting tense already, and we're in 6 minutes in. This is what everyone's been talking about. I feel like that was a punch, not a flick. It's taking it too far. Yeah, hopefully that could be a thing, maybe. I think I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's going to happen in that, because I'm going to like make a realistic claim, I guess. I think with life it's very unpredictable, isn't it? So that's quite deep actually, isn't it? But yeah, obviously show form is a possibility, but and the trip's over. It's quite sad actually. Well, I would say it would be a day never to like forget, but you might just put your name down on everyone. You got to get that one. That's the best photo there, of course. Just look at his face. He looks so fed up, but he's not. Yeah, he's not fed up. Of course, he's not. He wants to be there. God, it's a great photo. Of course, that's part of their deal, isn't it? The contract. Because if they need to be called up, they got to be there because they're the best in Korea. Such a silly suspension, isn't it? Oh. That is growing on me. Their relationship is growing on me. I think now is because of the fact like that Urim's friends with Hido, I think, and I think you're seeing more of Urim's actual self. I think I can connect with her a lot better than what I did at the start of this series, and that's why I think I can get on with that relationship a lot more. Best quote of last episode. I can wait. That's in context, obviously. Let's wait 4 years for the guy to grow up. Love it. Oh, he was looking forward to that so much as well. She definitely wants to go. It's just, I guess it's difficult, isn't it, when you have two things you have to choose from, like your fencing or your boyfriend, of course. he's saying that he's gonna ask her. I swear he already did that, and she said yes. I might have been out of it, but yeah, it does seem pretty difficult from a point of view. So I know she has said that she wants to talk about her dad, but it's difficult, isn't it? I guess it's not the easiest thing to talk about. But what I kind of learned from Business Proposal and when it was obviously President Kang and Miss Shin, it was like the fact where they had that scene, and it was like the fact that it's difficult to kind of talk about something if you want to, and when someone says like sorry, I'm sorry for your loss, and that, because sometimes they want to talk about it but they can't, and that kind of puts a block on it. I'm not the biggest fan of running, but I think running against like in competition is more fun because you have something to go for. Like if there's someone in front of you or someone's behind you. What is she doing? Well, there is a reason why she's there. I guess for something like fencing as well, it's quite like a solo sport, isn't it? Even though they're in a team, it's more about yourself. And I think, again, if you're at the top of that class, you're probably going to get a lot more focus than the others, and maybe they feel like they don't have a place, or they're always trying to fight to earn their spot. But with a sport like fencing, what I've gathered from this show, again, it's something with high skill level, and again, it's like one of them things you always got to keep a standard. And if you make a mistake or you lose your standard, it seems to me it's a harsh sport, and you'd lose your position. It's again like any sport, really, isn't it? The best always earn their spot, but sometimes the best are not the team workers and such. Like in team sports, I noticed that when I played football, it wasn't always down to the most skillful player. It was the player who worked well as a team, and who could also communicate well and get on with others. Uh, that's the thing. You can have a whole team of great players individually, and you end up losing most games. Literally. Mm. Just bringing up that scene, but obviously the flashback which we saw. So it's like kind of Yurim's Hido's fan in a way, even though it's more enemy, but you know what I mean. At least she had something to kind of aim for, and obviously at that stage when Hido was a lot younger, she was the thing for Yurim to aim for, which is great because when you see Hido's story and the fact of how much Yurim was a role model to her, it's like it like increases their friendship even more, you know. Now they get on with each other. It's like to me, it was like everything was there, and obviously they were enemies at first in a way, but now I think they can become like even greater than just friends because of the situation they've been in and each of their stories and how they connect and intertwine. I think even in this show they've matured, because when you think about the start of this show where Hido was trying to force the transfer, starting fights, going into a club almost, obviously underage, and now you see even though it's still Hido and still herself, she hasn't really changed in personality form, but this scene I think is a great example of how they've moved on and forward. I think Hido is scared of you, Yuri, at your full potential. And I think the fact, even though she says she's more scared, I think she's not scared as much before of her. So I think Yuron will be able to play like she wants to play and not fear Hido in that way. So they can have another great fencing match. And hopefully it's not one of them simultaneous touches again, and it's more of a clear decision. But what's the most expensive thing on the menu? No, I wouldn't do him like that. He's gonna start sweating, isn't he? Oh no, just like that. It's a thing. Yeah, I'm forgetting he's in a different state now, I guess. Maybe he can have a treat here or there, nice meal. With his favourite friend for now. Oh, she just fixed it. Well, they should be able to like trade in 5 try agains to get a prize or something. What is this game? Does this guy think he's funny? I bet you there's like just so many try agains. Pencil case. Seems worth it for a pencil case. I thought that was Little Pony for a second. I was like, oh my god. Sell that on the black market, you probably get some big bucks for that, you know, being Little Pony and that, but I don't think it is. Might as well use it though. He won it. He won it. Of a game of luck, but still. Pink pencil case, or just the memory which comes back every time you see it. It's like, oh my god, he's still here with this stupid stick. It probably puts a lot of pressure off himself by having that kind of mentality as well. He's great with some of his phrases he comes up with. Wasn't it in one of the interviews? He was like gravity, and he explained that very well. His kind of view. It was different. I thought that was going to get him the job back then, but I generally don't watch the news because of the negativity. I know there's a lot of like factual information you can get from the news, and but it's just too negative. I don't get kind of involved with anything like that. Politics and all that doesn't interest me at all. So I guess for her, it's quite a big job again, trying to get an audience of all different types of people. You know, not just. I guess I don't know. Would the news be something which the older generation are more with? I guess it does depend as well. Where obviously the type of work. If you have something which links with the news, something which you kind of need to know what's going on around. Again, the world in your own country and all that. It's like it kind of, I guess, boosts your kind of like general knowledge. The only reason I would probably listen to the news would probably be for like the geography and all that, because I do like knowing different places in the world and that. And obviously that's why I picked geography. Scott, okay. It'd be good to see a little bit more from her side as well, what she has to do with her work, but I want to see more of kind of her personal feelings. I know that's kind of like a tough spot to kind of go towards, because obviously we know what it is because it's to do with the husband, but I want to understand more of maybe why she's like this compared to what she was like before. And it's raining. She can't get an answer. It's raining. Oh, if again, could you cast rain as a foreshadow, and possibly if there's thunder, then there's a big problem. God. I don't know why, but always when I see Rail chair. The thing is, in normal ways, that chair wouldn't again probably mean that much, but it's a lot because of the fact that Dad made it. Man. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting. She said that they'd go fix a chair, wouldn't they? Get some new paint. She didn't go to the husband's funeral because of a news flash. What? There must be a reason. There must be a reason why she did that. I know the funeral would be very probably difficult for her, but I don't know if there's an excuse for that type of thing. Can't I just get someone else to do? Was she scared to go to the? Yeah. She's scared to go to the see him. I think she was scared, but I feel like again it's going to be a position where she regrets that decision when she's older. And I think maybe that's why she does have many regrets. Obviously, when we see in the present as the grandma, like, oh. I think it's more urgent than that, but no, she does care about him, but she was just scared, I think. But it's still, You know she cares because you've seen the flashback and how smiley she was around her husband. They need to talk, I think. It's almost like she's been running away from him and the thoughts of her husband. No. See. And I think this is why she's like this, because of that decision she made. It's a lot more clearer now. At least she's trying, I guess. It'll get him through the night, I think, that. He'll just think about Euro when he's doing it, and then his performance will be boosted. It must be quite sad for him, though. What a shame. It's not fun. He can't be asked with a teenager life. But he cares about Ido. Feels like it's something again you should never do, like what the mum's done, but it's like one of the things is like again why I bring back to the point that you don't know how each person feels and different ways of showing it, and even though you might seem the mum is harsh, and I think it could be again there's a lot of probably people who think she is harsh and but I'll just view it as just something on the way of the mum realising, and I don't want her to like resent more on her decisions of what she's done in the show. I think it started off with the fact of her being obviously negative towards Hido and the fencing, but there's reasons for that, even though it's kind of hard to word it. She's no enemy, the mum. But I think if I was in Hido's shoes, obviously being younger, you would kind of feel like you would think at that age that she's wrong for doing that. You got to kind of think beyond a feeling which you see, because you see wrong, but it's not all what it seems, you know. And then we see this scene again where they're on the table. We've seen that a few times in this story. I loved their song, by the way, last episode. Thinking a little bit more positive about this. It was a great song. All 5 of them made it. I loved it. I will add that to my soundtrack. Something to listen to. That's why you see in the present how handy she is with crafting. She's able to fix any type of furniture and make it. In the long run, it probably saves her a lot of money because she doesn't have to get other people doing it. Like if you could do everything by yourself, you can. So much better. If I did something like that, it would be a monstrous invention of wood just shoved together with nails. Honestly, I wouldn't go near. I'd have to get someone to do it. Unless there's instructions and a manual, maybe I could give it an attempt. But maybe it would last about 10 days max before someone goes through and sits down on it and goes, oh, see you later, heads towards the ground, and yeah, hopefully doesn't hurt themselves, but kind of look at the other the group there, you can see their faces, it's like they're almost like left out. Look, they're just a little bit upset. Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. He's done it again. Training can screw one for one day. Oh, look at it. His performance is going to go. into a new gear when he sees Urim. I'd get out there like I like if I saw Urim there, wipe that guy out with the guitar, take it solo, slide across the floor. Thank you very much. Then I'd literally do the maddest combo. Honestly, then I'd take the guy's drums, do that. I'd do it all. Oh, he must be so happy. He must be so happy. I feel his happiness right now. He's changing up. But he needs to go on stage. He's an old member of the music band. He's been in many clubs. It's great. It's great. I think he feels sick because he's gonna do the big. Oh, he's gonna say, "Oh, you didn't do it." Oh no, he's gonna come back out and doing it. Is it a good thing or a bad thing doing this? I don't know if I would do this. Oh. Oh, we know a filler. He can fill in there. Give him anything he wants. The guy just lost his pride. He's lost his uniform. Starlight. Oh, the song which I was attempting to sing, or I butchered it because I couldn't remember the words, but it's fine. You can do it. Come back in. Where do you think you're going? Grab the guitar. It is. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. Urim and Hida are in for a treat here. I bet Hida's going to start laughing. No, honestly, he'll be pretty good. I think he remembers. He'll feel it. He'll start feeling it. Come on. He's so embarrassed. Oh. He's gonna start feeling. Do like a solo. He's gonna. Oh, that's nice, man. I like it. It's my favourite song from the band. From my perspective, I will have you. He was only using 1% of his guitar skills. He's doing it. I wouldn't do this, but I guess you respect This guy's like steel. He's cut it off. Maybe that's for the good. But he doesn't need to say anything. That's how you do it. That's I'm relieved for him. I'm glad it ended off well. Yeah. People saying, I bet you there's some fake fans there or some trolls. Yeah, that's auto tune. No, we've got the proof right there. He's there's no mic on right now, and he's in tune. It still fits him pretty well though. I think that'd be a bit tight. Obviously, because he's an extra muscly guy. Obviously, we found that out last episode. Whoa. Yeah, I think that's an example. You see there, obviously they're still studying. It's crazy. Must be hard to get sleep. Because I think even when you stop studying, it's all gonna, your head's gonna be. It's a good shot. Well, that's gonna be the thumbnail. We got a nod. We got the little head nod. Yeah. Don't worry, you're safe. I won't sing. No one wants that photo. That's great. He will want it though. Of course, I would. I would if I was in his position. That is a great photo. It's like she was, when he saw that, she was disgusted. What is that? Oh, great. Love it. It means a lot. I think, again, it's chairs, but it's still something which you can connect with when you see them, and that is something which you should treasure, and 100% you would make sure that they're in good condition and they last. I think you would be very proud of Hido, seeing how she's grown, and obviously the gold medal what she got recently, and all the other gold medals as well when she was younger. I feel like she's gonna cry. It's probably a place where she can just let it out, because I feel like everywhere else she's been watched because of her position. Yeah, it's been very difficult for her, I think. Very difficult. That's what I gathered. There's a little bit of relief that she's able to let this off, because I think it's been on a very long time. Maybe she didn't get much time for this, and you don't really see, I guess, Hido and her mum together that much. Obviously, we haven't seen that much in the show. You got to kind of think, obviously, the way she's kind of been showed here. I guess Hido might be someone which kind of reminds her of obviously her husband, and I think they had a very, very strong connection, Hido and obviously her dad, and a very, very sad ending, but it was a very pure and nice ending. I like that. I gotta be honest, I did think that was the end bit. Great, I love that. Good to see them in the present, and there's generations there, isn't there? It's still great to see that. I think the present, I think, is a nice addition which they show, and obviously how the times have changed from the present to the past, and I think it's really cool. And I think they've done very well so far with this show, with the time period. I think again it looks authentic for the age, which I can imagine. I love the style of this show, and yeah, just the whole thing of aspect of it. So many good points of this show. I like that episode. It's a very, very good episode. I think it showed the side of the story which we wanted to find more about, and the side I think for me which I was interested with was with the obviously the relationship between Hido and her mum, and kind of that to kind of get good again, because obviously you see her as the grandma, and you see in the present, and you know she's kind of changed, and you just kind of want to be like that, and you just kind of hope it's not like like it's too late, but you want to see her heal and be able to move on. And I think that scene at the last like 10-15 minutes we got that, and I think from now I think her relationship with Hido will be a lot more better, I think, and I think they'll connect more and spend more time hopefully together, like maybe they wasn't before in the show early on. But no, very good episode. I really did enjoy that one. Again, I will move on to episode 12 in the next couple of days. I really, again, appreciate everyone keeping along with this series, and yeah, we will move on to the next one very soon. Yeah, cheers again, and I will catch you in the next episode. Cheers, bye.